Hi, this is Guillermo Sevilla, and I wanted to talk to you about my love for music and how I've always been attracted to it, and it's always been a part of my life. Um, I'm also known as Unclaimed Son, UNKLAMED SON. Most of my songs are actually under Unclaimed Son. As a matter of fact, I don't think I really write much more on under my name Guillermo Sevilla because there's other Guillermo Sevillas out there, and even one of them that's writing music under that same name. Um, my love for music goes way back. I remember as a kid listening to classical music in Mexico, where I was raised and living until I was about 6. But anyway, there's songs that always stick in your head, and I remember that's basically I've always loved the music, and when I was about five and a half, 6, we moved to Bakersfield and Delano, California, and I remember I still, uh, I really enjoyed the music. I remember 2 songs that stick in my head. One was The Fifth Dimension. It was Aquarius. That song was always sticking in my head. It was really strange. I don't know if I do have OCD, and I think songs easily, um, they just keep coming around. I hear them all the time, and that's probably why I was able to write music too, because of the OCD. But that's another story. But anyway, there was another song that used to stick in my head back at that time. It was like a Coca-Cola commercial, and I remember they used this song. It goes, "It's the real thing," and I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Anyway, that was another song that used to stick in my head. But I've always loved music. It's just really strange. It always used to comfort me. I'm sure, you know, most kids enjoy it. And, I used to love singing the little, with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling. All those little nursery rhymes. Old MacDonald had a farm, stuff like that. All that stuff that I used to really enjoy. It used to always comfort me for some reason. And I remember as I got older, in third grade, I was kind of a troubled kid. I mean, I was always getting into trouble, yelling at my teachers and cussing them out, and getting sent to the principal's office. And as a matter of fact, back when I was in kindergarten and first grade, I remember getting paddled, a lot. I was just a troubled kid, and I was angry. I never had a dad or anything. So, but in third grade, I remember I got sent to this other class in hopes that they would, help me to graduate or whatever. And I was always unsettled and, unruly and hyper. And I remember the teacher. I think her name was Mrs. Sprout or something like that. Anyway, I don't really remember her name, but she looked at me one time, and when I was just bored out of my mind, and she goes, "Hey, I think I might know something you might enjoy." And she gave me this headset to put on, and she had this like record player and started playing this jazz record, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it was a trumpet. I don't know who the artist was, but I fell in love with it. I said, "Man, I mean, I've always enjoyed music." And then I remember right around the same time, third, fourth grade, I used to look forward to going to my cousin's house. Every Friday, I'd take the number 2 bus over to connect it to the 7 bus and head out to La Mesa. And I'd get there, and he had a collection of 8-track tapes, and he had all these 50, rock and roll hits and stuff. And all kinds of stuff. I fell in love with all kinds of music, and I can't even remember all the artists. Big Bopper, um, all these different artists. I mean, I loved a lot of it. Um, uh, the Lion Sleeps Tonight. I forgot who the band was there, and used to enjoy just going over there and listening to those tapes for a long time, hours sometimes. And as I got older, I started getting into the Beatles, Love Me Do and Rolling Stones and all that stuff. By the time I was in sixth, seventh grade, I was really enjoying the music. And I remember I got a paper route. And I don't know what year it was. I think it was in '79. I got a paper route. And I've always wanted a nice stereo system, and I couldn't afford it. We were on welfare. And, when I got my paper route, I saved up some money for it. And I remember I bought a Kenwood stereo. That thing was amazing. Big old speakers and everything, and it had attachments that you could attach a phonograph to it, record player, cassette player, whatever. It was amazing. It's like that thing cost me like pretty close to $500, which was a lot of money back then. My mom thought I was crazy. Why could you, how could you spend money on something like that? You can't eat it. It's a waste of money. But I had to have it. I just loved it. And as I got older, I got a car. When I was like about 18 or something, 19. I don't remember, something like that. Anyway, used to love going to the warehouse downtown. Well, not downtown. It was actually in Pacific Beach, I think it was. And I used to love going over there, and I'd buy records. God, we used to love buying records. Led Zeppelin, Thomas Dolby, Tom Petty. You know, all kinds of stuff, and I look forward to doing. That's what I would do to spend my time. But I've always liked all kinds of music. By the way, I don't have any specific genre or anything that I like more than another. I like a lot of stuff. I love classical music, rock and roll, blues, country. Believe it or not, just about everything. There are some styles that I really don't care too much for, but even in those styles, you can find stuff that you like. But anyway, um, music can make you feel, amazing. It can make you feel super happy. It can make you feel super confident, give you strength. It can make you cry. Sometimes we just need to cry and let it out. Um, it just, it can take you back in time, and you can reflect with music. It can bring you comfort. It can bring you, you know, into the future with hope. I think it's amazing. It's one of the greatest things that we have is music, and I love it, and I always will. And I just wanted to give you a little background on what music means to me. It means the world to me. I don't think I could live without it, and I don't think I would have ended up sane, like, or halfway sane like I am now. I might have ended up in jail or dead or something. But anyway, that's my short introduction to music and the love that I have for it. Thanks.